Welcome to the VIP section.
Baby, y'all.
Know what it is? It's your boy Baby, and we back on another side of the dirty side where it gets dirty. Yeah. It's up tonight. It's up tonight. And we here with my man Darius Mylik. What's good, Darius?
Hey, the one and only, man. I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I gotta say, coming on the show with no shirt on, do-rag, tone. I thought we was gonna be talking to a drill artist that's gonna be straight thugging it out, but my man is strictly R&B. And I gotta say, your videos, the videos is clean. Got the snow coming down, all crazy.
Appreciate
3D. That was some 3D shit, right?
Oh, that's it.
Hey, appreciate that. Hey, man. The one and only, man.
My man said, "Oh, that's him."
That's me.
What we do is, before we interview the artist, of course, we don't bring nobody on the platty that we don't even know who's who. So of course we went. I knew who you are, but I had, my team. Let's examine who's coming on the show tonight, and they were like, okay, that's they said the same thing. The videos was clean. The songs is in pocket. You know what I'm saying? So let's start from here. Where are you from?
Hey, man, I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's the home of Prince Rogers, home of the riots after George Floyd got killed. South Minneapolis, right where that was happening. I'm from 6 blocks from there, man.
That's crazy. So let's talk about George Floyd. I mean, did you know him?
No, I did not. Nah. I wasn't even in town because I live in Arizona now, but I wasn't in town at the time. But my family was they was around and they was rioting and they was protesting. They was around all of that. Like I got a bunch of brothers and sisters over 10 and they was all in the mix, man. Like going blow for blow with the cops.
That's crazy.
I don't want to sound ignorant. George Floyd happened in Minnesota.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
I didn't. It's my word. I thought it was like Atlanta or St. Louis. Damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, Tony.
Ain't nobody know it was black people in Minneapolis till we start burning down the buildings and turning up. So I'm glad our name out there now. They know what it is.
That's a fact.
Ain't Prince from Minneapolis?
Who?
Absolutely. Prince Rogers. Yes, sir. Jimmy Jam. Prince.
Oh, Prince.
Of course. And
the greatest artist of all time. Yes, sir. That man.
Are you a Colts fan?
It's the Vikings. It's Minnesota. That's Indianapolis. I'm a Vikings fan for sure.
Yeah, I like the Vikings. I like the Vikings song. Vikings are one of those teams that I do like. You know what it is about the Vikings that always attracted me as a kid? I just love that purple and yellow.
Yes, sir.
I always like that team, even because my team is the Giants. They always play the Giants. So you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So they was one of the teams like I always like because early in the '80s and the '90s. Giants was beating up on them. Not now.
Yeah. Y'all had Lawrence Taylor. Y'all had the dog.
That's what I'm saying.
It was different.
You must play football.
Oh, yeah. I used to play football in college.
Yeah. What position? You played in college and all that.
I used to play corner and wide receiver.
Facts.
Cornerback, I fucked with you. But if you wide receiver, don't come across that middle.
Yes, sir.
Only real dogs go across there, man. And I'm that, you know what I mean?
Got you.
How far are you from Lake Minnetonka?
Oh man, that's in the birds, man. That's probably like 35, 40 minutes.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Prince said go bathe in the
All right, so
absolutely.
Football is one of your main passions and love.
Oh man, that's actually what I thought I was gonna be doing with my life before, I kind of curved over to this music thing. So I mean, that's where the physique came from. You know what I'm saying? Like playing ball, we was deep in it.
Got you. Okay, so let's start from growing up in Minnesota or Indianapolis. We're gonna say Indianapolis.
Minnesota, yes,
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
How was it growing up in Minnesota?
Man, it was fire, man. Like Minnesota got a lot of culture, man. It's a big live music culture, big music culture in general. I actually went to a fine arts school when I was a kid, so I used to play like the violin. And my grandmother used to like introduce us to all the arts. We used to go to operas and theater and stuff like that. And like Minnesota got a huge arts community in general. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool, man. The only thing that was kind of like a little drag is the snow stayed too long, man. The cold hit different.
Don't
but really,
Don't try to get one over on him, man.
What you mean?
He played the violin. Only like 3% of the world can play the violin. No, I'm serious because you gotta use the other side of your brain. Why?
Yeah,
It's the hardest instrument in the world.
Why though?
I don't know because it's so small.
Hey, we one of one out here, man. We got a different type of background. So, but nah, Minnesota was cool, man. Like that's where I got all of my culture. You know what I'm saying? That's where I was born and raised. Like everything that's in me, all my character, my integrity, the playerness, you know what I'm saying? How I talk to the women, all that came from Minneapolis for sure.
Get out of bomb, Tone.
Is Minnesota, Minneapolis, is this still like the king of live music?
Oh, absolutely. And it's one of the underrated places for women. Now understand that. If you want to a light-skinned women, Minneapolis the spot. You ain't hear that from me. You ain't hear that from me.
Yeah, Tone. You're talking Tone language now.
Send your location. I'm on my way.
You know, Tone, can we tell him your alias?
I forgot my alias. What was it?
King Dottie.
Oh, King Dottie. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's not because I'm a thought. It's just because.
No, I understand. Like I can read between the lines. I understand.
Give me lit.
Give me lit.
I'm a thought. Give me lit.
Give me lit.
Hey, R.I.P. Pop for sure.
Okay, so you would say growing up in Minnesota, it became a thing where were you involved in the music early or did you pick it up late?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think inadvertently, man, because I could always sing. So, I grew up singing. Like, I just always had a gift. But I just used to do it because, absolutely, my mom's put me in the church and they like, saying, sing for God.
You know what it is? When a singer says that, I kind of respect their voice and their craft a little bit more than a person just going in throwing audio.
It's hard to get past the church. The church is your hardest critics.
Yeah,
you gotta be a real singer.
The biggest
that's the training ground for real.
That's the training grounds. Yes, for real. So how was it singing in church?
I mean, it was cool for me. Like honestly, I think I always just like, I had my mess ups in front of people, and I think it just kind of helped you to have like a certain even kill attitude when you're singing in front of people, as well as singing in front of people that don't know you. That aren't automatically going to support you out the gate. You start to learn how to win a crowd over and how to just.
Right, so you're saying growing up in Minnesota, it taught you everything musically?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All my musical acumen come from there. Like my sound, my tempo, runs, just my ability to do anything musically came from Minneapolis for sure.
Got you. So what artists, like, were there artists in your area that you came up off, that you grew up off, that was locally, that was, because I'm pretty sure, like, I don't want to ask you too much, like, if who inspired you, like R. Kelly and stuff like that, or you're not saying it like that. No. Listen,
I got you.
For the hell about what R. Kelly did, especially if you're a singer. If you sit there and say to me, just because of what he did, that musically, as an R&B singer, that R. Kelly never inspired you, I would take that as you capping because, regardless of what he did, like, he's still a musical genius.
Yeah, he got gifted.
He's gifted.
I'm gonna keep it real. Slowly but surely, people are starting to play his music again. Like they're saying, like if we can play what's his name? The Elvis. If we can play Elvis Presley still, we can still play. Elvis Presley married a 14-year-old girl.
Oh yes, that's a fact.
Yes.
Right. I mean, my whole thing with that is like, I mean, gifts come without repentance, man. So like, when God puts something inside of somebody, you can't really take that out of them. You know what I'm saying? Just because their character may not match up or their decisions, you know what I'm saying? We're obviously not the best. But it's like, yeah, absolutely. But like the man is God gifted though. Like music is a different, that's a whole different sphere. That's just something he gifted in. So I mean, and you could stop listening to R. Kelly, like the music he performed, but he wrote songs for other artists. So are you gonna find every artist that he ever written a song for, like Aaliyah, and stop listening to her music too because he wrote it?
I never thought about that, Tone. Why they never took those songs off?
Like Celine Dion.
Yeah. He's a part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it was really just to sabotage him then.
Yeah, for his wrongdoing.
Okay, so let's get off R. Kelly for a minute because R.
Yeah,
Kelly,
yeah.
you know, that's something different. Let's talk about were there local artists that inspired you musically, like you know, like growing up as a kid, like were there R&B, like were there R&B artists Tone besides Prince from Indianapolis? Minnesota.
Hell
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, the people that inspired me, obviously Prince is number one, like because he like the guy in Minneapolis. But Jimmy Jam, you know what I'm saying, they had a huge Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis had a huge
Terry
hand
Lewis,
in developing Janet Jackson sound. You know what I'm saying, in the
Mhm.
'80s and stuff like that. And you do your homework. Like Minneapolis had a whole wave. Morris Day, you know what I'm saying, like with the player,
yeah, gotta say
yeah,
Morris
with
Day.
with the player
Remember,
vibes. The
remember
dude with the
Prince?
bird, he
Oh
used to be doing the
yes,
bird. Yeah,
do the
you know
bird,
what I
do
mean?
the bird.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
that's
so
a
him
fact.
with that just like player style, you know what I'm saying, dressing to the nines, you know, hair slicked back and he talking player, you know, popping his, you know what I mean, to his talk. That's he was an inspiration as well. And then other than that, honestly, bro, I would say my uncle, you know what I'm saying, which who just sung in church, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't like no artist or nothing like that, but he was like my biggest musical inspiration. He passed away probably about 10 to 12 years ago, but
Got you.
like, you know, when I used to like break down, oh, it's all good. Like when I used to break down and like when I was in church and my confidence wasn't all the way what it should be at the time, like he was the one that would like build me up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I think I got to give him his propers. Like he was my biggest musical inspiration that I could see and touch. You know what I'm saying?
got you. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, so you know why I asked that, Tone, because no, because when you come from the art, like singing, rapping and singing, of course, are two total different things. But you know, to be a singer, do you just say I want to be a singer, or do you have to be inspired? Like you do, like what possesses a singer to want to carry on singing? That's why I'm asking. That's why I asked you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Absolutely.
you understand what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah.
you listen. Your peers are listening to rap music,
Hmm.
right or wrong?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because
Were you
the
listening
thing
to
is,
R&B music, like behind
nah,
the
not
shower
really.
singing?
Nah,
Like
not really.
you
That's what I'm
feel me
saying.
though?
So
Like
like,
how are you
yeah.
playing
So
football, hanging like just by even like chilling, like talking to you right now, vibing with you,
yeah, yeah,
being with the dogs, then
yeah.
being
So let
able
me
to
tell you how it
sing.
would go. Like my mom raised me up in church. You know what I'm saying? She like say believe in the Lord. My stepdad as well. But my father, you know what I'm saying? He was like a street dude, street nigga, straight up. Like he just
Facts.
all rap. He listening to Tupac Shakur, Biggie. He listening to he used to like, you know what I'm saying, like later in my years, like Rick Ross, you know what I'm saying, Jay-Z, you know, all of the dogs that like in hip hop. So like I felt like I kind of got a good balance as far as like my Serato and like the type of music that I listen to. Cause I actually think like I write R&B like a rapper for real. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I don't really write R&B kind of like, how would I describe it? I think a lot of R&B artists, like they'll take a simple phrase like a yeah, and they'll hit a run to make it basically like fill the time. You know what I'm saying? With me, I will put more words in there, kind of like I'm thinking more like staccato, like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? As far as like cadence, you feel me? So I
Facts.
kind of write with that mindset. I don't like writing like an R&B dude. Like I can sing, so I can make it melodic and so on and so forth. But like I like that rappers could tell stories that can create narratives. You know what I'm saying? And they
No, because
like
I noticed that
get
about
you
your
stuck in a
videos. Your
exactly,
videos are like
exactly.
stories. They're like movies.
Exactly. And that's what I got really from hip hop. I didn't really get that from R&B necessarily. You know, R&B, a lot of people just depend on the fact that they can sing or they can hit a run or they could put
Right.
a three-part harmony back there. But it's like, I'm not really, when you listen to a lot of the words, it's not always like catching you. You know what I'm saying? It's really the melody that you lost in. And so I wanted it on my music to be both the melody and, you know what I'm saying, the words. You feel me?
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, that's crazy, right, Tone? Tone, you ever worked with R&B artists before?
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Which ones? Okay. I'm just trying to
Out
think.
there.
Okay. Okay.
What's his name? What's his name? What's his name?
I'm talking about engineering.
Yeah, I'm trying. What's his name? Shay. My God.
No, at least why. No, the reason why I asked him that is because
What's the
no, the reason why I asked you that was because, you know, going in the studio. This is my next question to you. Going in the studio,
who sung Ghetto?
do you have to have? Is there a difference between? Do you ask for a certain R&B engineer, or is there a hip hop
That's a
engineer?
great question.
Or
That's a great question.
Or no, because if I'm an R&B singer,
Yeah.
I don't want a nigga
Yeah.
that's recording
Absolutely.
Keith all the time.
Oh,
and
no,
I'm going to the studio. That's what I'm asking him.
Exactly.
These days, if
Yeah.
you want that 2023 R&B feel, you gotta have those 2025 engineers.
It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like
I would say, personally, bro, honestly, I started working out with hip hop engineers, and it wasn't like because I come from a musical background, like I was telling you, like I came from a fine arts background. And I used to play instruments and stuff like that. I mean, I still play a little bit of piano. Like I understand music theory to a different level. So like when my music really went to another level is when I started working with engineers that play instruments. Like I think that was the key. You know what I'm saying? Like I started working with a guy that plays drums, and then I worked with a guy now. When he left town, the guy I work with now, he play guitar. You know what I'm saying? So like when I tell him certain stuff, like I'm about to put a chord here, I'm about to put, you know what I'm saying, a 3-part harmony, or we gonna, you know what I'm saying, go to the octave or whatever. They understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And how that fits in the mix. You feel me? And it's not just main voice, back voice, whatever. Like this is all, it's dang, it could be acquired. You know what I'm saying? Like based on, you know, if I sing it that way. So it's like, you know, they understand to a different level, and they brought my music to another level. I'm not gonna cap. Like I had to get away from them hip hop engineers for sure. Like they always good when you wanna, you know what I'm saying, do like you know, a hard hip hop song, so on and so forth. But I feel like I get the best me when I work with people that understand and play instruments.
So that answered my question, Tone. He definitely don't want to fool around with the drill engineers and the hip hop book bag engineers. You looking for the R&B engineers that know how to stack them vocals, that know how to exactly. So Tone, you was right, Tone. You have the engineer here. You said there's a difference.
No, I'm trying to tell you what. It's not like 10 years ago.
Is Chris Brown's engineer different from goddamn A Boogie's engineer?
Hell yeah.
What you say?
100%.
Yeah, but that's engineer,
For sure.
that engineer,
both
hip-hop, trap, and R&B.
That can do all of it together.
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, the best could do it all.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say, I
don't
think the average nigga that's downloading your regular Pro Tools or what's the other one? What's the other
Logic.
one? Logic, you know, recording in your bathroom, just downloaded it 2 months ago, is going to put together some Chris Brown shit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
I can't lie. I can't wait to jump on Instagram.
And I want to hear his music because he said he had the live instruments.
Nah, we going right to Instagram right after this. It's a fact. We're going right at the right after this. It's going up. It's going up. People gonna be. It's gonna be crazy tonight. All right, so
it's a movie
there. Let's talk about the. You put out singles. You don't really put out EPs and stuff like that, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I initially started like with an EP, like when I started some years ago. But like I really started to just really do my research on the music game, and I'm like, man, you got to really put the singles, like especially when people don't know your sound and things of that nature. Like, you know, it really makes no sense to like invest all of that music and putting together a whole project when you could put one song together, which won't be a huge investment, and then put the rest of your investment in the marketing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I started to like peep game, and then I switched up the whole program. You know, but I did. Drop an album on it was my first album on March 31st. It was called Love Is War. You know what I'm saying? That's where
this is my thing. This is my whole thing. And this is what I've been telling people. I'm like, okay, the single game is cool, but once you start really liking the artist of the single, sometimes you want to get in the car, you want to vibe out to just them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So there's a lot of artists that we've interviewed, me and Tone, and they've been playing the single game. We actually know a friend of ours that plays that single game, right, Tone? And my brother's been telling him the whole time, like you're not gonna win putting out one song.
No, I mean you can play the single game, but the singles better come back to back. You see the way Drake's dropping. I mean,
exactly.
If Drake is going the way he's going, like, there's no
you better
reason.
be going the same way.
If he's in the gym shooting at 5 o'clock in the morning,
That's one thing I could say about dude. Drake never stopped working. He always on these niggas' necks. And that's what I'm trying to be on. Like, I'm trying to be like, you know, I dropped my album, but I already got an EP ready. I already got the deluxe ready. Like, we working, bro. Like,
That's a fact.
I'm about to turn it up like for the rest of the year. Like, I'm ready to drop.
Well, now you fucking with the SHEABABYTV team though. Our repost game is crazy. We about to put the
Turn me up, Turbo.
Yeah, the legs on the
Turbo.
promo crazy. Because that's really what we specialize in. We specialize in really just creating content and, you know, just keep the artists, you know, to keep them moving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't keep them, you know, just because that's all it is. In 2023, to me, to be an artist, you just got to have your people on the repost game crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
If you could get reposting, and that's how things go viral. You know what I'm saying, Tone? Just get niggas to repost, and you lit. But you got good music, so, you know, I already went through the page. I can't wait to jump on Instagram. Yeah, before we get off here, one thing about us, we don't interview niggas to death. We're not like Vlad. We're more of like a radio show interviewers. You know, we're actually on the radio too. Our show just got off the air. That's why we was a little bit late running with you, because we DJ live on our internet radio station that has a lot of listeners though. That's the thing. You know what I mean?
Word.
And it's crazy, but we're like fucking on there. We're like on that station. I would say we're like one of the shows that every Friday the people come to listen to, because we're the only ones that's playing like the mix show.
Understood.
Yeah, so we're gonna add you to what we got going on, right, Tone? Because Tone's playing R&B tonight. You fucking nuts, Tone.
Turn me up, Tone. Let's go, man. It's the Darius Mylik takeover, man.
Yeah. Yo, turn them up, Tone. Okay, Tone about to turn you up now, man. Yo, so thank you for pulling up. We'll see you on Instagram in about 10 minutes, and that's where it's about to get crazy, Tone. You ready for this one, Tone? On Instagram? Yeah.
Should I put a shirt on? Like, what's the vibe? Should I put a shirt on, or what's going on? Like,
I don't know.
You said it's ladies. I might as well keep it off. You know, it is what it is. We rocking,
man. Come in there, just whatever you want to do. You got 10 minutes to think about it. We gonna switch the cameras around. We gonna roll up. And we gonna get to the. You know, we gonna have this ready, man. So we'll send you an invite in about 10 minutes. All right? Thanks for pulling up, my dude. It's your boy SHEABABY, and it's another night of the dirty side. And we got your man Darius Mylik in the building. And now we about to go to Instagram and turn the fuck up. You already know what we do. YouTube, Spotify, y'all know what it is. It's another night of the dirty side. We couldn't give y'all the news tonight, but we gave y'all Darius Mylik. Y'all know what it is. We see y'all later.